Former Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussmann learns this morning that as of now, he will not be testifying during the trial. According to an article from Just the News, Durham has presented evidence that Sussmann said he was coming to the FBI in September 2016 as a concerned citizen, but that he was in fact working at the time on behalf of two clients. So will the absence of a Sussmann questioning hurt or help Crooked Hillary in the long run? Joining me now to discuss the whole trial, Deputy Editor at Real Clear Investigations, Benjamin Weingarten. Ben, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me back.
So Ben, first off, I mean, what is the trial so far? What are the biggest takeaways for you of this effort to get to the bottom of Sussmann's role in the Russia collusion hoax?
Yeah, well, I think you have to look at this in context of a broader question, which is what is Special Counsel John Durham's ultimate desire here? Is he trying to make some kind of grand criminal conspiracy case that works from the bottom up and the outside in, spanning all of Clinton world, the Clinton campaign, up to the highest ranks of the FBI and the DOJ? Or is he just trying to secure convictions of, in this case, Hillary Clinton's campaign lawyer, Michael Sussmann, who was responsible, it appears in part, for foisting the Trump Organization Alpha Bank fraud on the American people, plus Igor Danchenko, who was basically the Steele dossier's key researcher? Is he just going for these relatively smaller fish and on, in some cases, more technical grounds, or does he have a master plan? So that's a big question, broad question. With respect to Sussmann itself, I think the big takeaways from this trial are, first of all, who isn't a confidential informant? One of the things we found here is that you have journalists who are confidential informants. Rodney Jaffe, who was the other client Sussmann was working for beyond the Clinton campaign when he took this Trump Alpha Bank dirt to the authorities, was also an informant. Another massive takeaway is that Robbie Mook, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, testified that Hillary Clinton basically gave her blessing, gave the thumbs up for the campaign to go out and spread the Alpha Bank hoax, which they did to the authorities as well as the media, just as they did with the Steele dossier, in this sort of circular, conspiratorial sort of way, where they flooded the zone in the federal government with their garbage Trump-Russia collusion narrative. And they also did so with the media and used the media to reinforce the government's efforts to then go after Trump. But the big question at the end of the day is, will the government malactors here also pay, or is this just about a couple players in Clinton world?
So Robbie Mook said that he discussed it with Hillary. I don't remember the substance of the conversation, but notionally the discussion was, hey, we have this and we want to share it with a reporter. She agreed. So, I mean, just this is from the campaign manager of the Clinton campaign saying, yeah, Hillary was like, share the stuff.
Hillary was like, share the stuff. And then let's also note that her former senior foreign policy advisor, but now the national security advisor to the United States, Jake Sullivan, put out a press release citing a report from Slate, which of course Fusion GPS on behalf of the Clinton campaign had fed to Slate, spewing the Russian Alpha Bank hoax. And then Hillary Clinton herself retweeted that with a comment on October 31st, 2016. So the ultimate October surprise. Garbage they fed to the authorities as well as to the likes of Slate, and then they spun it out there, making it seem as if independent actors were finding all of this Trump-Russia dirt. So her fingerprints are all over this effort, and they perpetrated a fraud on the government. But at the same time, are we really to believe that the government, the FBI, and the DOJ were duped? And one of the things we found out in this case is that people within the FBI, rank and file agents, examined what was brought to them and said, this is garbage. They knew it almost immediately, yet they got pressure, according to a testimony from at least one of those in court, who said that they got pressure from the 7th floor, that is the senior ranks of the FBI, to pursue this, to pursue it deathly seriously. And that is incredibly telling here. And the question is Sussmann going to make it, rather, is Durham going to make the case that the government was innocently duped and defrauded by the Clinton campaign, or were they co-conspirators? We'll have to see.